Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're starting part 2 of the bathroom remodel. We got a lot done last episode. We've got the tub torn out. We've kind of got a little bit of the damage assessed, and so today we're going to continue to tear out. We're going to take this wall out. I'm going to try to take the some of the flooring out so I can see how far the water damage goes back behind it or under it. I'm going to get this plumbing capped. That way I don't run the risk of breaking it and have water going everywhere. So let me get you down here and show you what we've done so far and the damage I found and what we're going to be doing next. Here we are looking at the damage that we found when I got the shower and tub unit out. This piece of subfloor here is severely water damaged and soft. It's in really bad shape. I can see the original subfloor under that stud wall, the little faux wall for behind the shower unit. It looks to be in good shape still. We have this water damage from somewhere. I figure it all stems from the bathtub shower, but I think this may have been not as bad, so they just replaced this piece, and it looks like it kept leaking. So we're going to tear all that out, get it replaced, get it fixed up. The dryer vent, I'm having to leave it for now, and the gas line running to the stove. That is going to be moved under the floor. It's going to run down through the wall, under the floor, and then run out the side of the house to where it needs to be. This is where our washer and dryer set's going to go in this area. You can see there's been some floor patch here. I don't know if that is from previous water damage also. I'm not real sure. But that's the reason for moving this wall, is to get our washer and dryer unit installed. And I've made notes here on the wall. So from where this edge of the wall is, I need to be 17 inches this way to the finished end wall for our washer and dryer to fit. So with that being said, we don't have a whole lot to tear out, but the capping of the plumbing is going to take the most time because I'll have to cut the water off to do those, and then we'll get to tearing some more out. So let's get started. Alright, I've got the water cut off, so just in case we do break one of the feed lines for the mixing head, it won't be a problem. At least water won't spew everywhere. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut this piece of sheetrock out. I've got a 2-wheeler outside, that way I can put the garbage in it and maybe we won't make too much of a mess. I've got my painter's blanket down again, so hopefully we'll catch the debris that falls on the floor. And this time I couldn't shut the bathroom door because it would hit the washer and dryer, so I just had to leave it open. So I'm going to try to keep the mess at a minimum, but it definitely will be better because we are not cutting up a shower unit. So at least there won't be fiberglass blowing everywhere. So let's get this cut out. I need a step stool. Got my step stool back, so let's carry on. Now, one thing I did not do is put this step stool on that rotten wood because I do not want to fall through the floor today. Well, that was easy enough. It took me all of about a minute and a half to cut that out. Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to kind of get a rough measurement of where my wall is going to land. And I want to cut that piece of sheetrock back because I know it'll be coming out anyways. And then after that, we're going to move on to this side. Get all of this side torn out. And then we'll move on to the floor. This is one of my favorite ways to get sheetrock off. To me, it seems the easiest, but it's also kind of fun too. I gotta cut the seam. Uh-oh. Almost got in trouble. Now, my foot won't fit through there. Yeah. Just judo chop it all out of there. Judo chop. Hello. All right, one little problem, not a big problem, but where this dryer vent runs through, I'm gonna have to kind of cut and cobble that piece out that way, because I need the dryer vent to stay intact, because we still have to use this dryer and washing machine until I get ready to put ours in. So I'm going to keep that intact and just kind of cut things out around it to get that piece of sheetrock out, if I can fit back here. Oh! Ah. Ah. Well. Get out of there. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, the wall is torn halfway down. We got the sheetrock off. So next I'm going to be cutting and pulling the studs out. I only had one little issue with the dryer vent. It come loose down there at a connection, but I can throw that back together real easy. So let's get at these studs. No more wall. It's gone. I still have one stud here to get out, a couple of things here. Our top plate, bottom plate, and then I'll be able to start tearing floor up. But see, it's just as easy as that. I just took my Sawzall with a knife blade on it. Knife blade, oh my goodness. A metal blade, and just cut through the nails at the bottom of the stud, because I'll keep this stuff and reuse it if I can. This stuff looks treated, I'm not sure, but anywho's, I'll keep that and reuse it if I can, but let me get cleaned up and we'll move on to the next step. Now I'm going to move on to pulling up some of this flooring. That way I can kind of really see if there's damage, what kind of damage there is, that type of stuff. So what I'm going to do is start at the wall back here and pull up these pieces. Now this one, I can't really see under the vanity. It's a pretty long piece, so it'll probably break. This piece is long, this piece is long, this is a short piece. What I'm going to try to do is leave the longer pieces. I'll pull up this piece, those shorter pieces. There's a few other shorter pieces back here behind me. Some pieces back here behind the shower head, just so I can see what kind of damage there is on the floor. So this is tongue and groove, and most likely it's going to break the tongue or the bottom of the groove off when you pull it up. But to me, we're not reusing this stuff. We're going to put some type of tile in just because it's a bathroom. So I'm not really worried about ruining this flooring. And that's under the vanity, which is what I was hoping wasn't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut the camera off and I'm going to run my multi-tool down through here and just cut those pieces off. That way I don't have to worry about pulling the vanity out right now. that's enough of that racket. I think we got enough to get all of it out. That hurt. Man, I am whooping my hands up today. There's that blood blister from earlier. I don't know if you can see it. Pinched the crap out of it, and then I just blowed my thumb out. But it happens sometimes. See, I'm not sure. That right there was just a good piece. It just did not want to come out. Man. Now this is part of why now this is my opinion. This is my thoughts on this subject. No reflection on anybody or what they do. It's just my personal preference. Okay. So when you put this type of stuff in your bathroom, and I'm like I said, this is my take on it. I'm trying to get my camera where I can show you. So with this wood shot in, this nail, these staples that were in the tongue, they are super rusty. And I know it's a bathroom, and I know this kind of stuff happens, but this is why I prefer a tile or something kind of solid in a bathroom. That way you may not have these issues, because once they rust, I mean, you're not stopping it. It's just going to keep going. So that's why I don't like, I guess you would say, hardwood in a bathroom setting. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's fine, you know, but you can see everywhere those nails are, there's rust that's under this sealer, or that's probably a some kind of a, whatever you call it. It goes on top of like stain, acrylic, I can't even think about it, and I worked in paint. So let's move on to these next ones and see what they hold. Now this actually looks really good. Like, I don't see hardly any, or I mean, I don't see any damage. I can see where water has stained it at some point, but I don't see any cause for replacing this part. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel after I get some more out. Okay. Oh man, my legs, I'm too old for this. That looks really good under here also. No signs of damage. We got rusty staples that were in the tongues of this hardwood. So let me get this piece on out. I see no reason to replace this subfloor. It actually looks really nice. So that's all I'm going to do with that. So I really trust this. Let me swap angles. And move over here. Let me do just a couple. If I can. I may not be able to. Well, I wonder. Well, that ain't even. Oh yeah, look at that. Ain't even shot down. Who did this? That kind of work just makes it easier for me tearing it out. All right, that just, I don't like that. There we go. Okay, so what somebody has done at some point, let me adjust all this. Sorry for the inconvenience. Where I can pick my camera up. Okay, so right here you have some type of subfloor. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like decking wood, like 5/4. So I'm not real sure about that. Over that you have some what looks like roofing felt, which is fine. And then over that there's a piece of Luan, like 1/4 inch plywood basically. And it's here, here. So there must have been some extensive damage at some point, and I'm not sure of the extent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut this actual video down. I'm going to call it on this one because we've got to keep this washer and dryer usable.